Hey guys, just Boost here and welcome back to another Digimon video. So today I'm doing a little deck profile on the deck I piloted to a first place finish at the store championship I played at this past weekend. Before I get into the video, quick shout out to Matthijs for borrowing me some of the cards to play in the deck list. A shout out to Bruce because we went there together and then we played the finals together, so that was very cool. I played the finals against his musket, purple musket, and then shout out to Gamers Paradise for hosting the event. So yeah, a little bit different than usual. For the past, I don't know, pretty much literally every tourney except the first one, I've been playing a yellow deck. However, at the past Evo Cup or regional, either of those two, the online event, I piloted Dynasmon, Lord Nightmon, which I think is a really good deck. However, it's only really good if you're playing against other decks that aim to do the same thing. Decks like, like Jasmine, Black Royal Knight, just more standard decks which just aim to build up from the level 2 to level 6 and then, do shenanigans with that. It really just isn't good against stuff like the Gabumon deck. Even though I guess that matchup is alright, but like Security Control, which is super popular, is almost unwinnable. The deck I'm playing right now is also a very, very bad matchup because it's very reminiscent of Security Control. Because at this tournament I actually decided to play D-Brigade. And not just like any old D-Brigade, but like Security Control D-Brigade, I guess like the most popular variant of the deck right now, or at least the deck I've seen topping the most. Shout out to Mark Fu because he introduced me to the deck a couple of weeks or maybe even months ago, or this variant of the deck anyway. But yeah, it's just, I really want to play yellow, but it's just not that viable at this point in the format. I think with BT7 it will be good again, but right now it just it isn't, except when you're playing like Security Control with the yellow bottom. So yeah, D-Brigade, which of course also one of my favorites. Absolutely love Commandramon, Tankdramon, Darkdramon. So it was definitely a lot of fun to play the deck, and it's a very unconventional deck, which in a way makes it fun. But it's not that fun to play against for my opponents, but you'll see all about that when we dive right into the deck list. So yeah, hopping into the deck profile, you will see, since this is not like a standard deck, by which I mean it's a deck where you try to build up your rookie into a level 6 and then eventually use the level 6 as a win condition. Even though I guess sort of there is a level 6 that's a win condition in here. You will see that this will not be like a standard deck profile where you go like level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7, but instead I'll be showing the deck basically by which part of the engine I'm talking about, but regardless of that, we're still going to start off with the level 2s though. I'm playing the full set of Pagumon. This is definitely the best black Digitama period for this deck as well. It says on deletion, you can review the top card of your deck, and if it's a black Digimon card you can add it to your hand. And since you're going to be running your level 3s into the security, a lot of the time this got a trigger, a lot of the time it's also really good if you have it under the blocker Commandramon. Yeah, just not much to say about that. And then the last Digimon I'm playing is the Tsuemon. It's just slightly better than the Missimon. Missimon basically always gives you the plus 1000 on your turn, but this guy gives you plus 2000 if you have Digimon with the same name on the board. And of course, since we're playing 16 Commandramon, that will be coming up a lot. I definitely think 5 Digitama in this deck is correct as well, since sometimes you definitely start grinding, you always want to have Digitama to evolve your level 3 onto, so yeah, and the plus 2000 definitely also comes up when you're being over blockers with the big Commandramon, which I'll show off in a bit. But yeah, that's it for the Digitamas. Then moving on to the main deck. Starting off, we have all my Commandramon ranked from best to worst. This is definitely the best one. This is the one that floats. Like, you can review the top 3 and then you can review, if you review a Commandramon you can just play it for free. And the rest of the cards go to the bottom. This card is just definitely the reason why the deck works, basically. At the tournament I missed of this once, so that was very, very nice. Yeah, not much to say about that, right? It's just, without contest, the best Commandramon. Then, you could argue which one of these is better. This is just a 2-cost vanilla 3000 DP. But having a 2 cost is just nice because it means that it's just easier to memory choke your opponent. And then this guy is a level 3 blocker, which is very, very nice. The play cost is 4, but as you'll see, I'm playing a lot of tamers, so sometimes you can play this and then it's not even the end of your turn in this deck, which is pretty crazy. And it's also just nice to have the option to, when you're close to, you know, dying, that you can just play this and then, you know, you're most likely safe for another turn. And then the worst Commandramon in my opinion, but you still have to play him because you just want as many names as possible, is this one. Even though it does definitely come up where his stats are important. The 5000 DP is obviously, it's big, it's enough to hit over the 1 to evolve blockers. And if you have the Tsumemon, it actually hits over pretty much all the blockers that are commonly played. However, it is 4 to play, which is definitely, you know, it's a lot for a card that's in the end just a vanilla. It does sometimes survive security checks though, which is nice. But yeah, that's it for the Commandramons. This is of course a D-Brigade deck. Then the remainder of the D-Brigade is going to be 4 Sealtramon. To be honest, you just play this since it's a name for the Darkdramon, which will be coming up in a little bit. And it's just a blocker, it's nice, 6000 DP to evolve, it's fine. Really the only reason you're playing this is because of the typing D-Brigade. And honestly, I kind of experienced that 4 was actually a lot. I might try to cut this to 3 or 2 even. Because loading up your graveyard with D-Brigade really isn't that hard. And a lot of the time it's just not the correct play to evolve into this. But yeah, it did kind of work out. And then the last D-Brigade we're playing is 4 Darkdramon. No Tankdramon, we're just trying to recurse our opponent, and Tankdramon, well, I guess it technically does help with that. When you play Tankdramon, it means you have to play more level 4s as well to consistently go up into it, and that just wasn't worth it in my opinion, not for the build of the deck we are playing. This guy just helps you finish the game. I tried to play 3 of this for a while, but honestly, you just always want to see this. If you are seeing this too late, chances are you can't finish out the game quickly enough, because a lot of the decks are just better in the late game than this deck is. This deck really excels in the early game, and this helps you just finish the game before you actually get to the mid or the late game. But yeah, this card's amazing. Like, not much to say about it. 4 is definitely the number. Even though it might seem a little bit bricky, in the end, a lot of the more standard decks play like 7, 8, 9, level 6, so 4 level 6 is absolutely fine. And then the rest of the like ordinary cards, I guess, I'm playing Double Chumon. I just wanted to play some additional rookies, and it was either this or Hagurumon, which is just the 2 to play vanilla. And it ended up being this just because this is kind of good against Gabubond, which is super popular. Like it beats Hammer Spark in the security and stuff like that. And then it's also just, I guess it's good against Lilith Loop, which is obviously not a very relevant deck. I didn't play against it or anything, but yeah, I still think this is probably correct over Agurumon. And it's just nice to have 18 rookies in total, which means you will almost always be seeing a rookie starting the game. And then moving on to the security Digimon, which I'm playing a lot of. I'm playing a triple of Omnimon Zwart Defeat. Shout out to Matthijs who let me borrow the nice alt arts, because I only have one. Yeah, this card is just obviously broken. Arguably, this is the best card in the game right now, just because the security effect it's just bonkers. It just plays level 7 with an amazing undeletion effect for no reason. And then sometimes, of course, the Digivolving effect comes up as well, because you can evolve it over the Darkdramon. Yeah, I played 4 of this for a while, but honestly, 4 is just too much for this. Like, you only kind of want to see the security, and if you draw it, you're never gonna be able to go to it more than twice, and even twice is pushing it. Usually you can just evolve to it once and that's it. So I decided to cut the 4 of 1 for another security Digimon, which is Nanimon from the Double Diamond. This card's actually quite nice. It's just at the end of the battle you can play this card without paying the memory cost. Doesn't really do anything. However, it is 3 to play, which means essentially when you're trying to recurse your opponent, you can just hard play this for 3 and it's absolutely fine. And if you really want to dig for cards, you can just evolve it over a Commandramon for 2 and then draw a card. Which both of these things definitely came up. This card's really good. You might even consider playing more of this if you're trying to run this type of build for the D-Brigade deck. Really nice card. The reason I played it was because I wanted to play 8 security Digimon, and this is becoming fairly staple like security based decks right now. But Commandramon just plays itself, and then you draw 2, which is pretty bonkers. Sometimes it just randomly wins you the game because they don't expect you to have an additional attacker on the next turn, then this comes out for free and they don't have enough blockers or they can't get rid of it, and then you can just attack for game. So yeah, definitely really, really good in security. It helps you dig 2 cards as well, even though 6 play cost obviously quite high. So sometimes it is kind of a pain where you have to hard play this. Like when you for some reason don't see one of your 18 level 3s, you usually have this and you have to play this and then draw 2 cards, but you do give your opponent a lot of memory. But yeah. Then moving on to even more security cards, this time the options, the Iron Fist Onslaught. This card's absolutely insane. It's like Gaia Force, but I wouldn't necessarily say better because you can't like pick which Digimon you're deleting. But it can destroy multiple Digimon, which definitely came up multiple times. I just like blew away a couple of blockers with this, and that basically won me the game. It's insane in security, which is the main reason why we're playing 4 of it. Yeah, this card is crazy. It's definitely one of the cards that actually makes the deck playable, in my opinion. And then I'm also playing the full playset of Ultimate Flare. This card kind of underperformed, to be honest. Like, it can be super strong where it wipes out like a bunch of level 3s, but then if your opponent's smart, they can just sort of play around it, and then it literally doesn't do anything. I literally had a couple of times where they hit in security and they were just big Digimon without like small Digivolution sources, so I just kind of whiffed, which is a shame. I'm also probably gonna try to cut down on this for some other cards, but I'll have to see about that. Obviously this card is very strong, but Iron Fist Onslaught is just better in more scenarios. So that's it for the security options, and then the last cards we are playing that trigger from the security. We're playing 15 in total, which is quite a high number, of course. It's double Izzy. You know, it's just nice to start off with 3 and to stack your deck. Like if you really need to draw on a specific card on the next turn, it's just nice to see. It's also nice to see to be able to rearrange your deck, so you are sure you will hit with the Pagumon or with the Izzy and Joe, which of course adds a black. Oh no, it just draws a cards for you. So yeah, just with the Pagumon or the Commandramon, you just know what you're gonna hit. Is what I mean. And then with the Pagumon, you should know like how you should resolve your Commandramon and your Pagumon effects to have the best odds at resolving both, which is nice. And yeah, already showed, of course, triple Izzy and Joe. This card is just insane. Basically against all your crazy options and against Rook strategy, it's really good to just go wide in general, but then this card just punishes you for going wide because it gives you another 2 memory to work with at the start of your turn, which makes it really awkward for your opponent. And then additionally, if they do destroy one of your Digimon, you can tap this to draw on another card. So, crazy, crazy card. I was quite happy with this ratio though, just because Izzy it just always allows you to start on 3. So yeah, nothing to complain there. And then the last spots are like some odd one-offs. One of them is Megadramon, since this is like a pseudo D-Brigade security control deck. I thought it was good to play this, and honestly the card was definitely, it was good. I just didn't really have enough space to add in like another one. I would have liked to play 2, but I kind of thought of it at the last moment, so just ended up being 1. Then I played 1 Gwalt Swarmer. This card is just super, super insane. Like if your opponent tries to go wild, you can just definitely punish them by playing this and deleting their entire board. Even though it doesn't trigger in security, I just wanted to have it, especially like if my opponent plays like stuff with Mechanorimon or something. Yeah, and then the last card is 1 Black Memory Boost. Just nice to help you see the cards you want to see, dig to Darkramon for example. And of course the delay effect is really good as well. So yeah, that is the list. So yeah guys, that was the deck list. Thank you so much for checking out the video. As always, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment what you thought about the deck. I'm a huge fan of the deck myself, and if you have any things like you would think would be improve the deck, be sure to let me know. I'm also gonna try like the yellow black Rookie Rush variant of this deck, because that seems cool. Spiral Masquerade is a very good card. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel but do enjoy this type of content, be sure to do so, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!